Parori River heading out to the ocean. So that's the car park for the Parori River track. This is the start of the Paparoa track and the Parori Punakaiki loop from Punakaiki itself. There's some track info about the Paparoa track. So I'm just at the start of the Paparoa track and the Parori Punakaiki River loop at Punakaiki, and so what I'm going to basically do is walk up the Parori River for an hour and then you go over the slow saddle over to the Punakaiki River, walk down to the Punakaiki River over a swing bridge and then out to the road. So all up the trip will probably take me about 3 hours. Yeah, it's mostly undulating flat ground most of the way down to the river, and then when you go over the saddle's about maybe 150 metres, and then when you get down to the bottom it's flat travel down the Punakaiki River. So we'll just start heading down the track and see where we go. This is the start of the Paparoa track from Punakaiki, and it heads inland. If you're on the Paparoa track, heads inland for about maybe 4.5 to 5 hours up to Parori Hut. Yeah, but I'm only going up to the first swing bridge and then over the saddle. So the start of the track is flat, and then you're skirting along the bottom of those cliffs, probably for about 35 minutes. Official start of the Paparoa track is marked by that set of Maori carved gates there. Yeah, there's one on the other end of the track up above Black Bull. It's looking up the Parori River. There's some paradise shell ducks on that tree stump over there. Most of the track is like this. You're travelling through lowland podocarp forest. So yeah, southern rata tree that's coming down over the track with a whole lot of epiphytes growing on it. So that's one of the most often photographed views of the river. Yeah, I'm about a K, maybe a K and a half in. There's a seat there so you can sit and look at that view. Our track kind of sidles along the edge of those cliffs all the way down to the first swing bridge for the inland track. So there's a bit of climbing from this place on up and down along by the river. So you're just sidling along the side of the hill, yeah, from 20 to 80 metres up from the river, where it's going around gorges and finding a way to get down the river. About 20 minutes up the track. There's the river over there. Moderately full. If the river's real high, that massive rock there would be underwater. So there's an active slip on this track that often closes it. It's about maybe 25 minutes up the track. If you got here and the track was covered with trees and stuff, don't go across, it's too dangerous. Just turn around and go back. The rocks are falling right off that big face up above the track. And you can see they've just taken out a whole swathe of trees through there. that's looking back down the Parori towards the coast. This section of the track is the closest to the river, and so if there's a really big rainstorm up in the mountains, this part of the track will be underwater and you can't go any further. A set of steps cut into the side of the hill that take you up above another gorge area. Yeah, this is about 30 minutes down the track. This is an interesting spot. The track goes down and under some rocks. So there's like a set of steps down there. Takes you back down to the track on the other side. Yeah, so you can see a bit better that way. The light's coming in. So it's just like these rocks are piled on top of each other, almost like a wee cave, and there's steps down inside. Yeah, really awesome. And some more stone steps going down close to the river. So where we're heading, you can see up there the hills start tapering off. That's where the suspension bridge goes over the river. There's just a rockfall zone here in front of us, so you just have to walk through quite smartly and not tarry there. Getting up near the first swing bridge, the bridge that goes over onto the inland track. It's about another 15 minutes up the track here from me. Yeah, haven't seen anybody so far. It's real quiet up here this weekend. There's a set of steps down here that you climb up, and when you get up to the top there, you're near the side track to go over to the Punakaiki River. So about 45 minutes up the track you get to this river terrace, and this is where the side track goes off and over to the Punakaiki River. Yeah, so we just have to walk across this flat for a wee while. Just about at the track junction. So there's a gate here that you go through and continue along the Parori River track. So the main reason for this gate here is to stop the cyclists trying to mountain bike down the river. There's a sign on each side which basically tells cyclists not to go this way. Yeah. That track's not up to MTB riders, although I know people do go down there. I've seen tracks before. I'm just going to walk for 10 minutes further along the Parori River track to take you to the first swing bridge over the Parori River. Yeah, and then I'll turn around and come back to this point. So there's a swing bridge over the Parori River about maybe 400 metres further up the river from that track junction, so I'm just walking up there. I'm at the first swing bridge over the Parori River. So if you go over this bridge, it takes you onto the inland track, and so it goes basically from here all the way up to the Fox River. That track in front of us, that's actually the Peperara track. So if you keep going there, eventually you'll get to Parori Hut up on one of the ridges. Yeah, the inland track used to be the only way to get from Punakaiki River all the way up to Fox, because it was just too rough to go along that coastline. Yeah. So that's looking upriver from the Parori swing bridge. I'm on the inland track now, on the far side of the Parori River, and so the first place you'd get to going this way, about an hour and a half's walk, would be Bullock Creek, where the Cave Creek Resurgence is. And then if you walk for another day and a half, you'd get to the Fox River and the Ballroom over arch. Yeah, so I really want to go do that track, but it's really weather dependent because you have to cross the river so many times, and it's quite a big river. It's the inland pack track between Punakaiki and the Fox River. And over the lower Parori River swing bridge from the inland track. That's looking downriver from the lower Parori River bridge. Parori River heading out to the ocean. Just heading back up to the intersection with the Punakaiki River track. I can hear a kaka up here somewhere in the trees, clacking away. There's a rifleman flying around in the bushes there. I can see it, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on the camera. So this is the turn off to go over to the Punakaiki River. The cyclists, when they're cycling the Peperara track, they go over the hill here and then down the Punakaiki River out to the road. And the walkers, they go down the Parori River track and head down to Punakaiki itself. Yeah, it's the only place on the Peperara track where the cyclists and the walkers are separated. But obviously if you're a walker you can go that way if you want to, but it's actually much nicer to walk down the river if you've never done it before. It's a really lovely track walking down that way. So there's some warning signs basically telling the cyclists not to go down that way. So we'll come back from the bridge. We're just heading back down the Parori River track back down to Punakaiki. Yeah, it took us about 15 minutes to get back down there. Climbing up hills. That's looking back down the Parori towards the coast. Yeah, so the track kind of sidles along the edge of those cliffs all the way down to the first swing bridge for the inland track.